Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So off we go then. Well, we all know who created the concept of total football, but is it fair to say, Jim, that no one embodied it better on the pitch than this man, Ruud Gullit?
That is true, definitely. He has the pace, the power, the technique to play anywhere across the front line, but he also has the intelligence, the vision to play in a more withdrawn playmaking role, or even in defence. He could fill in and cover for any position as required, and he had the intelligence to be able to put it all together.
Yeah, he really does have it all. Rijkaard tries to pass it through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, nicely intercepted. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. That has ended up in no man's land. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Now, can they get him away? And the through ball. Collar proves just a little bit too strong. Well, that pass isn't the best.
Great chance!
Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
Alexander-Arnold. Quarter of an hour played. Liverpool still without a single shot on target.
Mbappe really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it, because...
Big chance! One-on-one! Big chance! Goal! Scotland! And Scotland are in front. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Cross from Robertson.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Ambitious ball here. Can he get it through? It's a pretty loose pass. Dembele looks to get on the end of this. Alexander-Arnold. And here's Drogba. Out towards the flank. Done delicately. And he's there to belt it away. Liverpool have reclaimed it. Bellingham! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Bellingham has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And this is Gerrard. Gerrard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Mbappe plays it across. He's got tall. Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Probing pass. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that...
Takes a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this?
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's the chance to counter. He's a sharp little ball here. Can he get onto this? Dink through, and he was alert to it. And now the breakaway. Gerrard. Scotland looking to pass their way through. It's a searching pass. Robertson.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Mbappe! That's tidy. And it's played in. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And the first half is done. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Here we go again then.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Looking to play him in. And this is Drogba. Yaya Toure pinches it off him. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Scotland look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter.
And Yaya Toure! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Triol. Maldini. Looking for a runner. Pass somewhat off target. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. He's in a great position here. That looks a good cross. Well, chasing the game, trailing by 1. Gerrard. Bullet. Well, that looks a decent... Drogba! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Scotland have the chance to go the other way. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Scotland do have a chance to counter here. Robertson gets across to intercept that. And it's Drogba. Dembele gets a good foot in there. Nicely shaped ball. Mbappe gets into some space. That's an excellent interception.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Maldini deals with that comfortably.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Now it's Gerrard.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
A header! And he hits the net! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Good ball over the top. Van der Sar tries to clear. Looking for options for movement.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Mbappe looking to get on the end of this. Ferdinand gets good distance on it. It's their second corner of the game. Gets his head on it! And that's a real chance missed.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if they were just one down as opposed to two.
And this is Drogba.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Yaya Toure played out to the left flank. That is lovely. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Alexander-Arnold having a look. A real chance then to ease this unpleasant predicament. Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And he's there to make the challenge. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Gerrard. Gerrard. Now here's the delivery. Van der Sar claims it without any fuss. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And the referee brings it to a close. Liverpool perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players.
A quick reminder
that does
today
not
that
hide the
smoking is
overall
only
disappointment.
allowed in areas shown on this map. Thank you
So
for
what do you
your
take away
cooperation.
from it all, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The
Hello,
game yet to
everybody,
kick
and
off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. Now this man, Yaya Toure, Jim, midfielders don't come much more complete and dominant than him, do they?
Well, the envy of so many opposition teams, I would guess. No one offers the complete package like he does. The perfect blend of power, of pace, and it's no exaggeration to say that he's one of the greatest box-to-box players around.
A real handful by any measurement.
Totally.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Showing great feet there. He's found the way through. Oh, there's a probing ball. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Mbappe. Robertson. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He has found the way through. And this is Del Piero. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Del Piero. Now he's got space here. That's the throw. And that has sent him sprawling. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that is as far as they're going to go. Now it's Mbappe. Yaya Toure. Just eases him off the ball. That has ended up in no man's land. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And that's put paid to a promising move. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Not the most convincing of passes. Well read, nice interception. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Looking for options for movement. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Can he get it through? Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Rijkaard. Now that looks a decent ball. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Now, can they get him away? Thuram cuts it out.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Can he get on the end of this? "30 minutes gone. Nicely weighted ball. No way. And he shoots! There it is! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Liverpool are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out. Dembele really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and Just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Davids. And here's Drogba.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
He could be in here. Robertson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Stood up well to him there. Del Piero. And it's Roberto Carlos. And it's Bellingham. He's a sharp little ball here. Del Piero. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Time and again they are repelled. Now it's Deco. Looking to play him in. He's being addressed! Oh, what a save from Van der Sar! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Shapes to shoot! No mistake! And they're at it again in double quick time. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
And the half-time whistle goes. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Know that you'll be able to catch today's match broadcast live on our club's FM station.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Yaya Toure. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Maldini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Short changes him with that pass. Alexander-Arnold is offering some sort of an approach. Decent chance! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are pulling clear here. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, truly brave defending.
Some inspired work that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
Oh, it's Dembele. Looking for the run. Alexander-Arnold gets into some space.
Well, they were never going to allow him to receive that. Such close attention.
And it's Yaya Toure. Oh, it's come loose. Toure wins the duel this time. Del Piero is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Alexander-Arnold is wide and looking to get onto this. And that's a throw-in. Now he's off and running. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That is good strength. Cafu plays it in. Oh, what a climb! And that is a truly outstanding save. Defending was strong and firm. In with the challenge.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That has been cut short. Pinches it off him. Aimed beyond the defence. Roberto Carlos.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
He can get that clear. Liverpool have got it back and they'll have another go. Yaya Toure.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That's beautifully weighted. Van der Sar attempts a clearance. Great vision. Maldini plays it long. Oh, it's Dembele. Alexander-Arnold gets a good foot in there. Chance here to counter.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Now it's Drogba. Deco. Now it's Gerrard. Now it's Drogba. And it's Rijkaard. Deco. Bellingham. And it's Roberto Carlos. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. It's Roberto Carlos! That is decidedly lacking.
Number 19.
Time for a change in personnel.
Adriano. Number 20, Deco. Number 8, Gerrard. Coming on the field.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Number 15, Busquets.
Now it's
Number
Drogba.
21,
He's shifting through the...
There will be 1
Drogba!
minute added time.
And for sure, that was not one of his best. That's that, the end. Liverpool cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's down to business here.
It's a privilege to see the defensive great that is Franco Baresi.
Absolutely.
A marvellous tactical brain married to good pace and a technical ease.
Swings in across. Keeper's dealt with that. Ribery. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, super find. And they're quick to get it back. Ball played for Rijkaard. Bellingham did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bellingham. Ball swung in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Yaya Toure. Oh, it's come loose. And again.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
Drogba! Oh, bang on target. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And this is Drogba. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. That's an imaginative pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball. It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Well, that is one way to stop him. Yaya Toure. Here's a chance! Just too high.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
And this is Pato. Spread out to the left. And a chance! Goal! Corinthians! Corinthians take the lead. That was easy, almost too easy.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Corinthians have fired themselves in front.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Tries to pass it through. Mbappe. Thuram does really well to win the ball there. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Threads one in.
Well, I wouldn't quite, at least they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Ribery crosses it in. Nice interception, well timed. Dembele. So what can they make of this? And it's Dembele. Now it's Drogba. Now it's Mbappe. Rummenigge. Dink through. Now it's Ribery. And Ribery! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And here's Pato. Messi. Lovely. Now then. Bellingham.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now it's Mbappe. Tries to play it through. Messi. Can he finish?
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Now it's Dembele. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Now it's Bellingham. Nicely weighted ball. Ribery in acres of space out wide. He's found a way through. Lofted upfield. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Mbappe.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And there's the end of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Please be reminded.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the supports have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So off we go once more.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Not the most accurate pass. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Pato. Looking for options for movement. That's going right the way across. And it's Dembele. He's a sharp little ball here. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. Seedorf. Ribery is looking to influence the game from out wide. That's a little off target. Makaleli. Spread it left. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game.
There's the shot! Oh, there's a probing ball. And it's lofted through here. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
In it comes. So we've reached the hour mark. And he's picked it up out wide. Cross in. Now it's Mbappe.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Big chance! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Fires it in low. And he's quick to get it clear again. And here's Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
substitution in progress.
And we have our very first corner. Up he goes! You want to be quick to recover this.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Pirlo can see things others simply cannot. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Can he latch on to this? Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Toure clears. Ah, good steal, he just read it. 75 minutes played.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
That's a throw. Robertson. Pirlo. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And here's Dembele. Gets a good foot in there. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Marquez. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And that's aimed into the big header! Dembele is flagged offside. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Mbappe. And it's Robertson. Robertson going full tilt down the left. He gets big! It's in! Tying minutes, and we're all square again! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Number 8, Bellingham.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Looking for the run.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He's on it, can he get away? And reclaimed it in a trice.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
And that is that. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead.